Thank you guys so much for all of your hard work that you have done, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Thank y'all.
And I'm going to call on our chamber president, Joanne Lewis, to close it out.
Well, I may be at the end of the program, but I want to take just a minute and take you back to the beginning because it's all about leadership. I was privileged to go to work for the City of Douglas as Main Street Director back in the 1980s. And during that time, I became real involved with the Georgia Municipal Association, and I was asked to attend a state conference and drive Mayor Dorwood Buchan and Commissioner Tom Wilson to Rome, Georgia. And that night at the opening reception, we had to dress in toga. Now, if you can picture Durwood and Tom in a toga, I look pretty good. They look different. But the reception was held at an old depot, and it was a museum. And we were sitting in that reception that night, and Durwood Buchan said, "Joanne, you do Main Street, and we've got a great downtown development authority. We need to go back to Douglas and clean up that old depot and make it a museum." I thought, sounds good to me. So we came back, and the city was very supportive. Earl Watkins was chair of the DDA at that time. He was very supportive. The only problem we had was Norfolk Southern. At that time, they had started selling off some of their right-of-ways and their structures. So Jackie Wilson, who was just my mentor, she jumped on it with both feet and started writing Norfolk Southern. And I'm sure, Dale, those letters are still in the file, wanting them to donate this property. Well, they had an appraiser come in and said it was worth $80,000, and they told us real clear they were not in the gift-giving business, they were in the profit-driven business. Well, they kind of said, "Joanne, see what you can do with them." So I talked to the real estate guy, oh my gosh, probably about 6 months. And I begged him, I told him what we wanted to do. Well, I called one day to talk to him, and they said, "Well, he's not in today." And I said, "Well, I'm a high school friend. I'm trying to get in touch with him." And it's personal and it's very important. They said, "Well, he'll be here tomorrow for sure because we're having a surprise birthday party for him." I said, "What time?" They said, 7:30 in the morning when he gets to work. I said, "I'll be there." So I went and I told Jackie, I said, "Jackie, you don't understand this, but I need to go to a birthday party at Norfolk Southern, and I need to be at 7:30 in the morning. I'm leaving tonight." So anyway, I busted in and went through the party. Everybody acted like I was just part of his family or something. Everybody left. They were gone. I just went in his office and sat down in his chair, and he said, "I don't think we've met." And I said, "Well, I'm Joanne from Douglas." He said, "Oh my God, I can't believe you've come up here and done this." He said, "Just because of that, I'm going to give y'all the museum." I mean, we had drove him crazy. Now, I didn't say that because of me. It's about leadership, because Mayor Buchan would not let it die. And Jackie Wilson stayed on Norfolk Southern, and we built such a relationship on behalf of this city, and this place looked terrible. So it was truly a downtown development project. But it's just interesting what leadership does through the years. And many of you in the room are truly leaders in different areas in the community. And our historical society that's formed and stepped up to the plate, they're leaders in carrying this forward. And I really think, Terrell, and you mentioned, the city worked hard to get it this far. But it is not government's job to run cultural centers and historic museums. And volunteers can do that. And I applaud y'all for seeing that and for having folks step to the plate. Now, the only thing, Patty reminded you to give money. Well, the first thing Carol did was call me and said, "Which Saturday every month do you want to volunteer to work?" So I'm working one Saturday a month. I said, "Well, I can bring my laptop and talk to people and work in the museum." But anyway, not only are they going to need money, they're going to need volunteers. And as a volunteer, not only do you come sit and breathe and wait, but you'll be encouraged to find reasons to have your family and friends and community folks come and join you while you're volunteering. So I look forward to exciting things ahead. We couldn't have done it without the city of Douglas. They stepped up. Our downtown development stepped up years and years ago. It all started in the 1980s, and here we are today. So I also want to say I'm very proud that the Historical Society saw fit to join the chamber because we love chamber membership. We need money too. Anyway, anybody else have anything to say before we go outside and cut the ribbon real quick and you come back in and look and write your membership check? Anybody? Well, we do want to go outside. Oh, somebody's waving there. Oh, Angie, I knew you want to say something. What you want to say?
I just want to ask a question. You know, I just wanted to ask a question. About 4 or 5 years ago, I had my oldest daughter's birthday party here in that little room in there that says that there's a work in progress. Now, is that something that we're going to be able to do? Are we going to be able to have a party or, you know, some kind of little small social kind of thing? Are we going to be able to do that? Yes, ma'am.
We're going to set that room up for multi-purpose. It will also be a display area as well as an area for small groups to meet or tea parties and that kind of stuff. But our main goal at this point in time is to refresh all this. Because some of these things and these exhibits have been here for years and they need cleaning and preservation work. And so to be perfectly honest, this is our main concern at this time, is this archival work. Then we'll get to that end. We do have set up already in what was the first room, the old office, research room. Mr. Chris Trowell has put some of his things on the computer, his bibliographies and stuff. And the man knows everything about Coffee County. We have local books by people and their histories and family histories in there. That's a place I want people to come to read, research, and touch. If you'll notice, we have a book up there, veterans from Coffee County that started in the Civil War. And they also have a pair of white gloves there by it. So if you want to open that book and look, feel free, but put on the gloves first. But we do plan to do some things with that. It's just prioritized.
Unless somebody wants to give a big donation.
Yeah,
hurry
I
up.
big donation to get done.
Okay, well, that sounds great. We're glad you're all here. It shows you care, and I'm personally, just on a personal note, proud to be a part of this. I'm glad I've been a part of it for many years. Carol and I both come from a family of leaders. My mother is here today. She and my father, my grandparents, you know, we didn't have a choice but to volunteer and take up leadership roles. And I just encourage all of you to do the same, and most of you already do. Let's go cut the ribbon and then come back in and enjoy the museum. We're going to go right out front so we can go out the side door, but we're going to take the picture out front so we can get the building in the background.